Thank you to everybody for your comments. You can still see me on X. My priority right now is the case of Sebastian Rogers because it's a current case and there is a criminal aspect to it and there have been no arrests made yet. I am interested in many other cases. The Summer Wells case, even though in this case I think it was actually an accident that she died. Even though we need to figure out what happened to the body, and there may be a criminal aspect to it. Even though I prioritize with certain cases, I love it when people bring to my attention certain phrases and certain statements, especially the ones that I've heard a lot of times. And all of a sudden, I'm thinking about the intentions behind people saying them. Intention detection. I have, you see, we are used to a lot of phrases and they don't seem to mean anything at first glance, but you asked me about I do whatever I want. What does it mean when somebody is saying that? And first of all, no one can do and nobody does whatever they want. This is first of all very, very unrealistic. And there's a big difference also between I do and I can do. So I do what I want. Somebody is telling you I do. And that's pretty strong. If you criticize somebody or you make a suggestion or you ask why somebody is doing something, they can tell you I do what I want. It means pretty much back off. I can do what I want. It's very, very different. I can do what I want. When somebody says I can do what I want, it's not the same as I do what I want. If you tell somebody you're doing this wrong, I expect them to say I can do what I want when they are willing to stop doing what they do and talk about it, discuss it, argue about it. When somebody says I do what I want, it means I'm going to continue. Being able to do something and doing something is very, very different. The people who do, they do and don't need to talk about it. This is much shorter and this is way stronger. I do what I want. And they keep doing it. Do is ongoing. That's how I do it in general. Not just at this moment. In the past, in the present, and planning to do it in the future. I can do what I want is a call for an argument. The first one is insisting on doing it. So the wording, I do what I want, it doesn't take away from the action. People continue doing what they're doing. And they insert this to let you know that they're not planning to stop because of you. This is more of a it's very different. There's a little bit more doubt there. More doubt in the actions of doing what they have been doing. I do whatever I want is significantly stronger. And again, nobody can do whatever they want. So the ever means I do whatever I want. There is not a thing that you're going to be able to tell me that is going to stop me from doing what I am doing. This is fighting words. I do whatever I want. It means, the next time that you interrupt me and tell me I'm gonna do something, I'm doing something wrong, there's gonna be a problem. Not necessarily a physical fight, even though it can be. You probably hear this in bars by a bunch of drunk guys here and there. I do whatever I want. What you gonna do about it? I do whatever I want. The intention is to put somebody in their place. You are nobody to tell me what to do. Nobody in the world is doing whatever they want. That's impossible. It means nothing that I do is going to be interrupted by you again. And you're going to have a problem if you try to interrupt me one more time. So when I say fighting words, it can become it depends, of course, also on the body language. Is somebody getting in your face, what you say, I can do whatever I want, then that's sort of it moves towards threatening, where the person saying that is expecting a different reaction, a sort of a reaction to what they have just said to you. They expect an acknowledgement. They want you to say, okay, not a problem, I was just trying to help. Or they will say, no, you're not going to do whatever you want, and then there's going to be a problem. I do what I want is not as strong, even though the person saying this is all about doing it. Can do? Sure, you're able to, but are you going to do it? You think you can do, you want to continue to do it, but can is weakening it. It's not saying I will do what I want. It means I can do. I'm able and should be able to do it. So there's an invitation to argue. What are you talking about? I can do what I want. What's your problem? Blah, blah, blah. And they're going to be serious, but it's not as serious as this one, and especially not as this one. How should I say this? Fight. Fighting words, right? Now, I can do whatever I want. Again, whatever, but weakened by can. It's going to be a hard argument, a strong argument. But when somebody says I can do instead of I do, they're ready to push back, to pull back. And what I said in the comment to your comment is that there is also a fear of being controlled involved. When somebody who has previously experienced loss of control, or being pushed around, or being told what to do too much, or had a strict upbringing, especially when it's people from a strict upbringing, they can become very, very allergic to somebody letting them know what to do, unless they themselves see the reason for it. So when somebody says, I can do what I want, there's also attached, there's an invitation. Explain to me why I need to do this. While I can do whatever I want, more or less says, you better give me an explanation why I need to do, or do something that you want me to do, or why I need to stop doing what I want to do.